Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Alberta News and Views. Well, surprise, surprise. The British Columbia NDP is now expected to form a slim majority government after a final count of mail-in and absentee ballots secured them another seat 9 days after Election Day because it rained in Vancouver. This is unbelievable, and the comments say it all. Oh no, not another mail-in scam. Great. The election rigging has found its way across the border into Canada. Wonderful. Dave Eby named as foreign interference traitor. This information was deliberately hidden from voters prior to the election. This is 100% unacceptable. Dave Eby should immediately be removed from the ballot. Re-election now. There we have it. Election fraud is a real thing in Canada as well. And my favorite comment is right here. This is exactly what everybody is thinking. Why on earth is there mail-in voting in Canada with absentee ballots? Why? Why was this even an option? Canada is not a serious country. I urge all of you out there to do a quick Google search of ballots burned in Vancouver. This is why you don't have mail-in ballots, because it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous to think that a serious country would even have mail-in voting when we know how easily tampered with our own mail is and our own packages. Hundreds of ballots damaged after ballot box set on fire. It was in Washington, Oregon, Portland, all the way up to Vancouver. Arson. I don't care what you call it. And all of this is on top of people already screaming, saying that it was ridiculous that these mail-in ballots, or the ballots, pre-voting, whatever, were sent home with staffers. And they said that that was just business as usual because that's the safest way to do it. No, it's not. No, it's not. Voter ID, you vote there as registered, you vote, then it gets counted. Other countries have been doing that for hundreds of years, and they can do it in 3 to 6 hours, and they have a way higher population than the whole country of Canada. It is sickening that we tout a democracy, that we tout that we have free and fair elections, when right now, in this very moment, look at this, in this very moment, we have foreign interference press conferences going on where Senator Wu and O are named along with Liberal MPs Parm Bains and Mary Ng. Seriously. And then this happens in British Columbia? We do not have free, fair elections, and I can't believe that even when this was announced that we didn't have re-elections, that we're still having this conversation. I'm going to show you this is Sam Cooper in a press conference today. I'm just going to show you the back half of it where he talks about Parm Bains and Mary Ng, and then I have another, it was like a podcast recording with Justin Trudeau. He had a podcast interview. To put them side by side is astounding how delusional Justin Trudeau is on when he talks about beating Stephen Harper in 2015. He did not beat Stephen Harper. There was election interference. This is well known. China helped, as far as we know, only China. There's definitely more. Helped Justin Trudeau win. It is ridiculous to think that it was a free and fair election. Listen to this.
Simply associated with one is often used as a litmus test. This is not a good development that I see.
Mr. Burton, the sinologist and Mandarin language expert, reviewed the full tape recording and told me, quote, Senator Wu's briefing to Canada Committee 100 Society effectively enables the legitimacy of agencies of the Chinese Communist Party in our country. This does call into question Senator Wu's intervener status in the inquiry. Senator Wu didn't comment to me about his remarks, but said I should question the Hogue Commission, who also didn't comment. Ding Guo has said there is nothing inappropriate with Canada Committee 100 Society activities. Therefore, in Willful Blindness 3rd edition update, I write, in a way, Senator Wu's intervention in the Hogue Commission seemed to fulfill his taped pledge to the United Front. He repeatedly filed submissions undermining Canadian intelligence and using Chinese intelligence talking points. My confidence that he appeared to act for Beijing was bolstered by information from a person I call Confidential Source 1, who confirmed that Senator Wu, appointed by Justin Trudeau, was under CSIS investigation. Confidential Source 2 also repeatedly stressed that Conservative Senator Victor O, an advisor to the Canada Committee 100 Society, was a significant target in CSIS's investigation into federal election interference. In Willful Blindness, I write about investigations that began in early 2019. I write, according to 3 national security sources, Liberal Cabinet Minister Mary Ng was identified in CSIS investigations as one of 11 Toronto area candidates clandestinely supported by Chinese consulate and United Front influence networks in the 2019 election. CSIS assessed that Mary Ng was unwittingly implicated in this interference network. Despite my requests, Mary Ng and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's office never responded for comment. As I write in Willful Blindness, Mary Ng was one of the key Ontario Liberal government staffers who moved to Ottawa with Trudeau, alongside more high-profile advisors like Katie Telford and Gerald Butts. 2 national security sources indicated that a specific CSIS concern was Ng's staff allegedly meeting privately with a Toronto consulate diplomat to consult on China-related issues. CSIS identified this diplomat, Zhou Wei, as a confirmed intelligence actor. According to one source, quote, we believe Zhou Wei worked with political staffers to provide information on meetings of elected officials and their whereabouts. We know staff have direction to report privately to the consulate on Mary Ng, end quote. This is a critical detail hinted at in the Hogue Commission's initial report, which, for some reason, did not disclose the involvement of Mary Ng's staff with Zhou Wei or clarify what this implies about Ng's position in Trudeau's cabinet.
That is so very, very important for people to understand. It is unreal. When this first broke out, when this news first broke, there should have been elections. Our elections were compromised in 2015, then 2019, and probably right now. Now listen to Justin Trudeau on how absolutely delusional this guy is.
You're not resigning. You're staying on as Liberal.
I had a press conference yesterday,
yes.
I am determined to lead this party into the next election because we need to put all our tools together, and I am actually really excited about this fight. I think the opportunity to allow Canadians to make the best possible choice for the future is what we all get into politics for, to make a difference, to pitch an argument, and to connect with Canadians in a way that gives them optimism and a realistic plan for the future. That's what we're in the business of, and that's what I'm excited about.
Absolutely. I think the difference right now is like you mentioned, the polling numbers, right? They are lower than they've ever been. How do you counter that? How do you come out from that?
Well, lower than they've ever been. I reminded all my colleagues who got elected first in 2015 that when they signed up to run, they signed up to run for the distant third place party in the House of Commons, a long way from ever being able to form government in the eyes of every pundit and every pollster out there. And we pulled off something big by trusting Canadians, by putting forward a better, more responsible plan. It wasn't enough for me to just not be Stephen Harper, because Thomas Mulcair was very much not Stephen Harper and had a lot more seats than I had going into the election. It was about the vision, it was about the plan, and it was about meeting Canadians where they are. Now, Canadians were in a place of much more natural optimism in 2015 than they are right now. We have gone through a series of crises and challenges, from Trump and his attack on Canadian workers and NAFTA, to the pandemic, to the global economic challenges with massive inflation and interest rate hikes, and to the global geopolitical instability of wars and conflicts. Like, people have been knocked around a whole lot. People are scared. And it's really easy, as Polyev has shown, to exploit that fear, to gin up anger and instrumentalize it to try and get people mad at everyone and pointing the blame at whoever they think is responsible. Much harder to propose real solutions, much harder to do the work of actually delivering things that are making a difference. And no matter how much I talk about, 1 million Canadians having access to dental care, no matter how much we point out all the electric vehicles that are rolling off assembly lines in Canada, particularly in Ontario, because of investments that this government specifically made, people still haven't sort of connected those dots in a way that says, okay, what do I risk losing in the next election? What do I have the potential to win and to gain in the next election? And that is going to shape people's choice.
All of those things that he just said is an admittance of his failure as a government. When everybody needs government dental, when everybody needs government food, government bailouts for housing, when the population needs government for little tiny handouts because they can't afford to live in the country, that is because the government failed them. That is a failed country that we are living in. The fact that he has forcibly gained control of our media shows that he cannot take any truth criticism. He cannot face any facts. There is a reason this journalist does not say, hey, Justin, what about the election interference that helped you win in 2015, which is well known now, which is under investigation from him? Justin Trudeau sets up panels to investigate himself over and over and over again. He created NSICOP to bury, delete emails. The list goes on and on and on. There is a 0% chance that Justin Trudeau will win this next election, this free and fair election. The fact that he just says that Pierre Poilievre has no platform, no ideas, no nothing, shows the belligerent and the ignorance in the level of all of that he will go through to win this next election. It is unbelievable. The state of the country that Canada is right now. It truly is.